Officials say fighting escalates in Bakhmut, power coming back online in major cities. Fighting is intense in Bakhmut, where Russian forces have taken control of eastern parts of the city. As Ukraine attempts to repel a new push, Ukraine's deputy defense minister said the battle there was escalating. But an aide to President Volodymyr Zelensky sounded an optimistic note, saying the country aimed to tie up and wear down Russian troops in the battle. Farther from the front lines, the aftermath of a missile attack left regions of Ukraine without power into Saturday. Technicians were rushing to restore power in affected areas. By afternoon, electricity had come back on in Kyiv, the Ukrainian capital. Here's the latest on the war and its ripple effects across the globe. Key developments. Ukrainian forces are doing everything possible to fend off a new Russian push to break through defense lines, according to Deputy Defense Minister Hanna Maliar. Presidential advisor Mikhailo Podolyak said in an interview published Saturday by an Italian newspaper that Ukrainian troops were exceeding their goals to reduce Russia's capable personnel as much as possible and to bog them down in wearisome battles. Energy workers were restoring power after Thursday's missile barrage hit critical infrastructure. Electricity utility Energodom said on Telegram that electricity had been restored in Kyiv on Saturday afternoon. The regional governor of Kharkiv, in Ukraine's northeast, said Saturday morning that all electricity had been restored to critical infrastructure. Kyiv has ordered the Ukrainian Orthodox Church to leave a monastery where its headquarters is located. Ukrainian Culture Minister Oleksandr Tkachenko said on Telegram that the church, which recently declared independence from the pro-war Moscow Patriarch, violated the terms of the agreement. Regarding the use of state property, the church said in a Facebook post that Kyiv was obviously biased. Global impact. Iran plans to buy fighter jets from Russia, Iranian state media reported, according to Reuters, another step in an alliance that has brought Iranian-made drones to Russian forces in Ukraine. In November, Russia reached an agreement with Iran to manufacture drones in Russia. Washington accused Moscow of trying to destabilize Moldova's government to eventually produce a pro-Kremlin administration. National Security Council spokesman John Kirby said in a Friday briefing that Russian actors were seeking to stage and use protests in Moldova as a basis to foment a manufactured insurrection. But he added that the United States does not see an immediate military threat to Moldova. Britain, in a letter, has urged sponsors to pressure the International Olympic Committee over its proposal to allow Russians and Belarusians to compete at the Games next year in Paris. According to the BBC. Battlefield updates. Bakhmut has become a killing zone, the British Ministry of Defense said Saturday. It said Russia's Wagner private military forces took control of most of eastern Bakhmut in recent days, while Ukrainian forces held its western parts. Ukrainian troops were still defending the area Saturday night, Zelensky said in his nightly address. Russian strikes killed 3 people in Kherson on Saturday, Zelensky said. He also mentioned attacks in Zaporizhia, where the regional government reported Russian shelling that targeted a city center for people who'd fled their besieged homes. Authorities commemorated Ukraine's youngest battalion commander, who was killed near the front line in Bakhmut. Zelensky attended a ceremony for Junior Lieutenant Dmytro da Vinci Kotsiabelo, who had fought separatists in eastern Ukraine since 2014. From our correspondents. Russia's hypersonic missile attack on Ukraine highlights Western vulnerability. Russia fired a half-dozen of its Kinzhal hypersonic missiles as part of a wider attack on Ukraine on Thursday. Globally, the advanced missiles renewed alarm over the Kremlin's sophisticated arsenal, and it highlighted that Putin possesses difficult to intercept.